Hi, I'm Greg Garbus of Four Season Tools. We're here today to talk about proper site preparation for constructing high tunnels. We're here at a farm in southern Illinois at one of our clients. For the last better part of a year, we've been working with this client in a consulting relationship to determine exactly the right amount of greenhouses, fixed versus movable, to have a year-round organic vegetable farm. In this scenario behind me right here on the right, this will be the plant house. This will be a 30 by 48 foot fixed greenhouse. Then behind me over here, we have 3 plots where there's going to be movable greenhouses. So over here on the right, there'll be a 30 by 48 3-position high tunnel. In the middle, there'll be a 2-position 30 by 96 high tunnel. And then behind us, there'll be another 3-position 30 by 48 high tunnel. We found that the ratio of a heated plant house to 4 to 6 times the square footage and unheated movables really works well. For the fixed greenhouse over here, this site has been leveled out, and then on the side walls where all the water is going to be coming out the roof of the greenhouse, a swale has been dug in right here. You want to have at least 4 to 6 inches of drop, over 10 feet, so all the water that comes off the greenhouse will come into that swale. After the ground was leveled, weed fabric was put down. This will be a plant house to stop plants from growing up inside the house, and then several inches of pea gravel were put on top of this. This will allow water to drain through the gravel and not puddle inside the greenhouse. Over here, the movable greenhouses are prepared, the sites are prepared differently. These will be on tracks. This compacted area right here are the track pads. This is where the track's going to go, and then over there will be the other set of tracks. For a 30-foot wide greenhouse, the tracks go on the inside of the greenhouse. Since the center of the wheel is 3.5 inches from the outer edge of the greenhouse, we center our track pads at 29 feet 5 inches, and we try to make sure the pads are at least a foot wide. So when they prepared the site, they came in with their excavating equipment, they scraped all the topsoil off so they could use it, then with the subsoil they got it all in one big plane, sloping in that direction. There's basically about 1 inch of drop for every 10 to 12 feet along the whole length of the track, making sure that all the water that gets into the swale do drain down towards the woods. Right? After the whole plane was flattened out, then they came back through, they scraped the swales out, and then they built up these track pads. These track pads were built up, and then a tamper came through to really compact the pads. They used line levels to make sure that over the entire length of the track, that there's no real peaks and valleys, so that the track lays flat. With a V-track tunnel, the track gets anchored to the ground, and the high tunnel gets anchored to the track. So having good site preparation is very, very important. For all greenhouses, especially movable high tunnels, it's really important to emphasize that site preparation. Once the track pads were in place, the swales were dug, they brought the topsoil back in, filled it in where the growing plots are going to be, and then they came in and did some soil amendments and added some compost and horse manure. That puts us in a good position. Another thing to be aware of with V-track tunnels is that the track extends past the greenhouse and there's also gaps in between the plots. So since this is a 2-position, 96-foot greenhouse, there's a 3-foot overlap of track, 96 feet for the first position, there's a 6-foot gap in between the 2 positions, 96 feet for the second position, and then a 3-foot overlap. So the actual track is going to be significantly longer, in this case 12 foot longer than both of the greenhouse plots. This is a great example of site preparation.